Okay, so we're at the Apple Valley Horseman Center, and we're going to show you that this tiny little building has 10 safety issues. As you can see, this isn't strapped, and right in there is a motor. I don't know if you can see it or not. Now what this motor does, I don't know, but it's an air-cooled motor. And I'm thinking it's a pump for water. So what we're going to do here, you can see the pump is inside that masonry retaining wall with what I might say is a really, really bad job of masonry work. I don't know if you can see, but definitely not professional. And then what they have is they have plywood over it. The reason the pump has that block wall around it is that because the pump is below grade, so it's going to flood. So apparently they think by putting a piece of plywood laid on top, that's going to prevent the water from building up and submerging the pump, which will burn out the motor. But the other thing of it is it's an air-cooled pump. If you enclose it like that, the air, especially during the hot time of the year, it's going to get so warm that the motor is going to overheat, which is going to cause it to go out on a thermal overload and cycle back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. The other thing of it is there is no disconnect. You're supposed to have a disconnect within 25 feet or inside of. It's a violation of the National Electric Code. It's probably a violation of OSHA rules. And it's going to create quite a lawsuit when a city employee gets hurt because he can't disconnect the pump while he's working on it. Now, this right here is my favorite. Check this out. They are so lazy that they ran the wire for two different 110 volt circuits under the door. And so basically what I'm trying to say here is that these guys will mess up your municipal water company. I would love to get inside that building to see what's going on. Behind that closed door, I can guarantee you, is 10 times worse than what I'm getting on film here. But just check it out. You can see how it's bent over the threshold, the little 1-inch step. They step on it, they're going to trip on it, somebody's going to get hurt. The door is chafing the insulation. And that's been there for 5 years that I know of. Now here's another little bonus for you. See that right there? It's leaking. See the water on top? I don't know if you can see the dripping. Here, I can see the dripping now. Got to get it just right. See the dripping right there? It'll eventually fall. And it's also dripping off the bottom. The other violation here is this water pipe should be 3.5 feet behind that main service. So if somebody's getting shocked and they fall back, it's not going to give them enough distance to fall before they hit something, and or they could be touching that pipe when they reach into there if they're dumb enough. And trust me, that needs to be strapped. There's no strap on that pipe. There's no strap on that pipe. And you can see the wire just hanging. So, would you want these guys running your water system? So hang on there. We're going to go around to the front. Oh, here's another electrical code violation. You can't do that with silicone. You're supposed to use what we call a Myers hub. So we're going to go in the girls' bathroom real fast. See the rusty door jamb. Sink is not ADA compliant. No GFI. And this light fixture is cracked. And it needs a new bulb in it. So now we're going to run over to the boys' bathroom. Just trying to keep all this on one video. Makes for a nicer, cleaner. Not ADA compliant. No GFI on the receptacle. Graffiti inside the town's own restroom. And graffiti on the other side. So now, we just got one more place to go, so hang in there with me. Hopefully it's not too windy. It's a little bit of a distance. I want to get this on this video because it's a lot easier. So we're going to go over here real fast. We're going to show you another safety issue for the town of Apple Valley. Check this out. See this ground rod right here? This pipe right here is no longer hooked to the ground. I'm going to go around to the other side. So if you look, the ground rod to this huge service is not hooked up. And the reason I knew that was there, and you can see how long it's been since the dirt, is I filmed that, or took pictures of it 5 years ago. Tried to show it to Frank Robinson, city manager, Dennis Crone, assistant city manager, and to Jim Anderson. They didn't want nothing to do with it. See this right here? It's all rusty, water goes inside of it. Cans are all rusty, missing covers. It's not weatherproof anymore. And there's about 4 or 5 of these around that are in just as good or just as much disrepair, but let's just go over this one here. I'm not going to run all over this place. I just wanted to show you within 100 feet, nothing but electrical issues. You see all that? And this right here, that will cut a kid's finger if they stick their finger down in there. Okay? So that's at the Horseman Center. Would you want these guys managing your water system? Question is, could these guys take care of your water system after they buy it? I've shown you over and over their poor management and their lack of maintenance. And I think that these videos speak for themselves. The town of Apple Valley does not have the knowledge, the ability, the staff, or the people who care. Oh, one more little issue. I always forget that one. Okay, so when it comes time to vote, make sure you make the right vote. Apple Valley Equestrian, I'm not really sure what's going on with this. Looks like there's a leak underneath there. And the water goes out there. Anyhow, it's April 20th, 2016.